Good day, everybody. Today we are going to talk about confidence interval for population proportion. So a survey of 2,305 workers revealed that 484 of them are concerned about whether their jobs will be automated. Calculate the 95% confidence interval for the population proportion of workers who think their job will be automated. What is the minimum sample size necessary in order to predict population proportion with a margin of error equal to 0.01 with 95% confidence? Okay. So, first part, solution. Sample size is 2, 3. So if I reduce this a little bit, N is 2305 sample size. And number of successes, that is 484 out of 2305 think their job will be automated. So C level is 0.95. So I will use TY84 stat test, highlight test on the top row, and then scroll down to one prop Z int. This is number A under test. Okay. So on is stat test, and we scroll down to one prop Z int and hit enter. My success, here success is the number of workers who think their job will be automated, which is 484. It's also the smaller of the two numbers between X and N. N is the larger number, which is a sample size, which is 2305. My C level is 0.95, and I calculate. So the answer is the lower boundary is 0.193 and the upper boundary is 0.227. With 95% confidence, we can state that the actual population proportion will fall between 0.193 and 0.227. Please note, this 95% confidence means that is the percent of confidence we have in the method that we have used to determine this confidence interval. That is, if we repeat this process, say 100 times with the same number of sample size and conduct the survey, and we will calculate 100 intervals from those 100 samples. Out of those 100 confidence intervals, 95 intervals will contain the actual population proportion. The remaining 5 intervals will not contain the actual population proportion. So the 95% is the confidence we have in the effectiveness or efficiency of the method that we have used. Okay. So that was part A. Okay. Now let's create some space to do part B. So part B is this was part A. Part B is estimate the minimum sample size. The minimum sample size. Okay, for C is equal to 0.95, that is the confidence level, and margin of error is equal to 0.01. Okay, the formula for minimum sample size is N equal to P times 1 minus P multiplied by 1.96 divided by margin of error. The whole thing is squared. Now, we have a preliminary estimate of the population proportion P from part A. So I'll create some space. Preliminary estimate of P is available from part A. Which is the sample proportion, which is a single point estimate of the population proportion, which is X over N, which is 484 divided by 2305. So that is equal to 484 divided by 2305. And that is 0.20998, you might say. Okay. So we will use this value of P hat, okay, as a preliminary estimate of P and do the calculation. So let me create some space. So please remember, the way I will enter it in the calculator is the way I will write it in the equation. Is N equal to preliminary estimate is 0.20998. So sorry, 998. 998 multiplied by 1 minus 0.20998 and then multiplied by 1.96 divided by margin of error, which is 0.01 given in the problem statement, whole thing squared. Okay, so let's do it in the calculator. So it will be 0.20998 left parenthesis 1 minus 0.20998 right parenthesis, then again left parenthesis 1.96 divided by 0.01. I have to square it. So I will press the X square button in TI-84, which is in the first column. That puts the exponent 2 and then enter, and I will round it off to the next highest number. So let's do the calculation. 0.20998 multiplied by, or left parenthesis 1 minus 0.20998 right parenthesis, then left parenthesis 1.96 divided by 0.01, right parenthesis, then the x square. Do not forget the x square button because it will square the last term in the parenthesis, and hit enter. And the sample size. So if I move up, I round it up to the next higher number. N is equal to 6,373. I'll round it up to the next highest number. This is the minimum sample size necessary. Minimum sample size necessary. I will stop here today. If you have any question or comment, write me a note. I will get back to you as soon as possible. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you like this video, share with your friends. You and your friends, please subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button at the bottom right corner. My channel is full of math problems, all kinds of math problems, starting from stats to algebra to calculus. And I'll come back next time with another interesting problem, interesting solution. So please do not forget to check me tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have a nice day.